listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
You should be in
just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We bailed you out. We bailed you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You're facing charges.
Tick tock. Tick tock. Tick tock. Tick tock. The Premier League transfer window is now closed. Cristiano Ronaldo plays for Manchester United. Romelu Lukaku plays for Chelsea. Tick tock. Tick tock. Hey, El Chiringuito, yeah, the highlight of this transfer window.
I'm so happy they put subtitles on that bad
bro.
Because I would watch the 3-minute video just to watch it.
It was literally just there for the vibe.
I'll just be watching it. Just quickly, before we forget to intro. What's up, man? Shout out to TF3. Shout out Bank. Shout out Lavish. It's us.
Shout out. Thank you, guys. Welcome to another episode of The Final Third. It's just been deadline day, so you know we had to bring you that fresh reaction. It's your boy Banks hosting today, joined by my boy Lavish. Lav, how are you?
I'm easy, man. I'm easy. I don't know. There's nothing to be happy about, really. Just happy I'm breathing, man.
He's a marketing. Hey, he's a genius. I can't lie. That first, because
they've been doing it since.
The first one we really clocked on was just pure emotion. It was like the Hazard one. That was just pure anger, pure emotion.
They were doing it. They've been doing it since. They're that dramatic. It's like that's literally how it always is. But yeah, sorry, I'm good, man. I'm hanging in there, trying to shake a move. Obviously, international break. Yeah, just it's worn. This worn and torn.
Nah, this ain't
one of my oldies.
Nah. Buying you new durags.
No one's buying me new durags. Me ma. It's me ma.
All right. So as we know, the deadline day yesterday. So we want to check in on all the big transfers that happened. I want to get your thoughts. Nowhere else to start apart from the biggest transfer that was completed on deadline day. Give me your thoughts on Cristiano Ronaldo returning to Old Trafford, returning to the Theatre of Dreams to finish off this chapter.
I wish it happened like a lot closer to the deadline, because it was a proper, like, it was 3 days before the deadline, but the saga was beautiful in the sense that you had Manchester United fans about to commit, like they were on the edge, and like even though they've had a very good window, an okay window with Sancho, Varane, and who was the last? I can't remember. Sancho, Varane,
backup both.
Yes, Sancho, Sancho and Varane. It was okay. It like they could have done a lot more, but like the fact that Ronaldo's going to sit, and none one really said let's get Ronaldo back. No one's really thinking about it. It's the fact that Ronaldo is now going to what would be your rivals, and it's quite interesting. I've never seen such a huge amount of London fans actually really jump on the City rivalry, because it's like something they don't really honestly care about. Only the locals really care about City success, but all United fans naturally were like, no, we can't even say this is our goat, because you're losing every argument in all aspects with the Henry, Ronaldo, who's the best player, he's the best player in the world. All of their previous arguments lost footing if he went to City. So it's just like they didn't know where to put themselves. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's like you can't. There's certain things you just can't, like. When City and Liverpool were in the title race, I think most United fans were like, "Let City have this." There's no way we want Liverpool to take it over City. But if Ronaldo was to go back to flipping City, that would have been beautiful for football.
That would have been beautiful for football. Because to be honest, both sides would have been beautiful for football, because I feel like it finally creates a rivalry of then nobody actually wants City to win. I feel like only a few seasons when City have been dominant, only a few people get behind City losing. But unilaterally, I think if Ronaldo went and Man United controlling a huge lot of football Twitter, being against City would have been beautiful to watch, because
that's a team too overpowered though. How do you lose out on Kane and then go City, get Ronaldo?
City would finally have enemies. It would have been beautiful. City would have finally had enemies.
Saf had to pull that one out of the bag, man. He had to have a word.
Saf went to, I don't know, he got off his horse, got off his horse, literally like rode his horse into his front room, picked up the house phone because he still has a house phone, and he called Ronaldo like, Cristiano.
I still got the landline. You being serious?
The landline.
You being serious?
That phone. You're that phone.
You're the phone. When you make a call, the internet blacks out.
Right. A little dial up. Cristiano, you been? What's this? Say, it's wee lad going to City. On the burner. Cristiano said, yeah. Before he touched the tarmac, he was on the red side. Before he touched,
where Ole was speaking spicy. Ole was speaking hella spicy in that press conference. It was like,
Rooney was talking spicy 24 hours before, but my thing's Rooney's not in the know. Like, Wayne wasn't. He was in his derby. He was in his derby gear. He was saying a lot. No one really does that. Only a few have, but I doubt he'll do it. And I'm laughing because it's like he's going Rooney. No one knew. I feel like maybe Rio was in the know, but Rio
was definitely in the know. You see the picture?
I don't think
Rio was in the know. Rio was in the know.
No, the whole when Ronaldo was going to Man City, the whole fan base was in pandemonium and ex-players.
Only Rio posted a picture. Go on his Twitter. He posted
24 hours before when he was still in Italy.
No, yeah, before when he was still in Italy and everyone it was guaranteed he was going to City. Thing just posted he posted just a picture smiling like one smug ass smile. Everyone was just thinking, what the fuck do you know? What do you actually know right now? United fans were going like, what? Ronaldo was going to City, but Rio third one posted one. It was one calm ass picture.
Okay, I thought it was later. I thought it was after. I saw it after.
I think a couple of his old teammates. I think Evra was in the know as well. He just posted it afterwards, but. Yeah, I think a couple of his old teammates spoke to him. Was like, "You can't do this."
They told him you can't do that. Do you feel like it was to do? You feel like he really cared about his legacy at United? Because I don't. I feel like if Man City literally put the bread, like if Man City were like, "We want you now."
If United never came for him, he would have definitely went City. If United never came for him, he would have definitely went City. 100%.
So you feel like did City? So City fully went for him.
Yeah, 100%. City wanted him. Okay. See, don't let Guardiola fool you in terms.
No. I'm just asking because I believed he did. I believe they did, and then it was a thing of because Man United never really wanted him.
Until City wanted him, we didn't want him.
Mm-hmm.
If he wanted to stay at Juventus this season, we wouldn't have tried to force him out of there. But
do you feel like City are hurt? Like Pep's hurt that he's gone to like they're deflated in that they've lost out on Ronaldo? Because I don't really think they're bothered, honestly. I think they're bothered.
I think it's a little bit of a kick in the teeth for him. It's a little bit of a kick in the teeth because you miss out on Kane, you miss out on Messi, and then this opportunity to sign Ronaldo falls into your lap.
Did they miss out on Messi though?
It kind of like if they knew Messi was going to be on the market, there's no way they signed Jack Grealish.
Did they miss out on Messi?
They did. You know Pep's been wanting to reunite with Messi, man.
Okay.
But they would have got him.
Okay, that's fair enough.
You've got this window to sign Ronaldo, and you think like nothing's gonna go wrong. Like it seems like a guarantee, and then
I feel like I hear you, but for me now, I feel like in terms of the City aspect of it, I'll just quickly touch on them. I feel like they're gonna feel it later rather than now. Because for me, this false nine thing is not gonna be able to. I agree with Chim. They're not bothered. I don't think they're bothered that they missed out on Ronaldo.
Chim says City's not bothered about Ronaldo. Why would they?
I don't think City pulled the plug. I don't think City pulled the plug on Ronaldo. They didn't pull the plug. I genuinely believe, there was a point where both offers were like simultaneously existed, and then all of a sudden, City were like, "Okay, we're not doing it no more." So they pulled it, but it was there. It was there. It was there.
They pulled it because he knew.
After he made
the decision, it was like,
to save face, they pulled it. To save face, they pulled it.
Nathan says Ronaldo going for 50 million says a lot. He's not rated anymore. By that logic, Messi went for free. So is he rated? You tell me.
Don't get that pamming. You are a disgrace. I don't want it. You need it like about 6 months away from like Ronaldo hype because you were tweeting wax lyrical about how he's now shit and how Messi's better.
I never tweet. I never once tweet this shit. Into the FBI. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Expectations.
No. Later. Let's go to Lookman to Leicester. It's a bit of a different one, but Lookman spent last year.
That's like unorthodox. Spent
last year at Fulham. Did very well. Was one of their best players, probably their best player. Now he gets a loan to Leicester with an option to buy. What do you think of the move?
Okay, so is he gonna? Leicester's weakness was always like in the flanks, the attacking flanks, not their fullbacks. But now I guess if they're gonna play Lookman on the left, yeah, okay, because from now their best winger now is Harvey Barnes.
Their best winger. Lookman's better than Harvey Barnes. Lookman's better.
They needed another one. No, I'm not saying no, but no. It was their best winger. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, he was their best winger.
Their best winger was Harvey Barnes. Do you get? So yeah, they needed. I wouldn't even say either upgrade or like someone on level. But Daka as well. Do they not have Daka?
He's a striker though.
But I don't know. Yeah, that's a good move for him. And to get him on a loan as well, so you don't even have to put the P down now. It makes sense. It's just like I was thinking about it, yeah, and I just thought, obviously, with Demarai Gray firing because he's got 2 and 2 now, I was thinking, could they have really just not gone all chips in on Demarai Gray rather than letting him go and getting Lookman? But since it's a loan, you know what? It's like you can't really go wrong with that. I don't think you can go wrong with that. And obviously, Brandt is it Brandt? Julian? Is it Brandt?
Julian Brandt?
No, Pratt. What's his name?
Pratt. Yeah, he's got. I think he went to like Torino or something.
Yeah, he's gone. So there's more space. Who else is there? Ozzy Perez. You know what I think of him. He's not good enough. But yeah, he comes into the first 11.
Only thing I'll say about Demarai Gray is that he stalled on the couple managers. I wouldn't just say it's Brendan Rodgers.
But he's never had a clean run of games though. That's why I said go all chip all in.
I agree, but that's why sometimes you just need a change of seat. Like sometimes you're so far down the pecking order that even when you're banging and training, it's kind of like managers have moved on from you, so it's harder to force your way back in. That's why sometimes it's just better to get a clean start. Like you see the way he's performing so far in the first 3 games for Everton under Benitez. That's because he's found a manager that wanted him and trusts him. So he's kind of got that life back into him, and we're happy that we all know Demarai Gray was a talent, but again, he just needed a platform where a manager trusts him and gives him a clean run of games. Now, Lookman to Leicester, we see that he popped at Fulham. I can't lie, one of the few bright spots that they had last season. Like he popped. He was a very good
best player.
Yeah, best player. So I'm glad that he's got to step up a level and try himself at a higher level. I feel like it's going to be a nice little adaptation for him because, again, this is a good Leicester team that like to play football. You got Harvey Barnes that used to play that plays on the left, but that's essentially Lookman's best position. So you kind of got that mismatch where
with wingers, some of them you have to move. Harvey Barnes, better on the left, but like move to the right.
Yeah, just have to play. You have to play him as a pure outlet now.
Yeah.
Don't dribble. Just literally in behind every time. Madison will find you. Somebody will find you.
The pace is not so much there with Vardy anymore. It's just with age. So
hey, don't discount Vardy's. Vardy still got that little burst.
Okay, but yeah, no. Leicester look exciting. To be honest, Leicester look exciting. He's got pieces. I just hope he'll get the run of games. Lucan will get the run of games. I don't know what's going on with Kelechi though, but okay, cool.
Literally, this is a bit.
This is why you know what you're saying with Demarai Gray in terms of like he didn't get a full run of games. Kelechi never had that as well, and then when he did, he kind of found form. So he would have back then. I think this is the first time when he went on that run. That was the first time he'd started like 3 games in a row. So
the fact that I don't know why is that he came back from last season. Now he's back and I don't think he started a game for them. Yeah, I'm gonna put it down to fitness issues because it must. If there's any other reason, the way he ended last season, there's no way he doesn't deserve to start.
Yeah,
especially ahead of guys like Ozzy Perez and that. Come on, man.
I don't know what that guy does to get a game.
You can fit Kelechi back in there. Another big transfer that happened on deadline day, Takehiro Tomiyasu from Bologna went to Arsenal. This sounds like a Nigerian name, you know. It's a lot of Japanese names sound Nigerian, fam. Takehiro Tomiyasu.
There's no slave links. I don't know what you're trying to do.
I'm just saying, just generally, a lot of Japanese names sound Nigerian. Just it's a weird coincidence. But Yeah, you lot signed
Yeah,
the
it's Takeyasu. Is that how you say his name? Takeyasu. Is my shit frozen? Can you hear me?
Takehiro Tomiyasu.
Oh,
Yeah, I can hear you.
Tomiyasu.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu.
Okay,
So
yeah.
signed from Bologna to Arsenal for just under 20 million. What are your thoughts on it? I don't think a lot of people have seen a lot of footage of him. I saw hella comps flying around the TL. That's how you know. That's how you know nobody's.
My shit's freezing. My shit's freezing, isn't it? My shit's freezing, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear me.
You watched him
I
so
said my shit's freezing, so I don't know
far.
if you'll be able to hear me, by the way. But
I can still.
can you?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. So my friend from Nigeria, obviously sources out there. You know, in Nigeria we get a lot of leagues. We get to view a lot of La Liga, Serie A. So he's gonna message me. He's saying how like English pundits don't have a clue in terms of you just watch the EPL. But he's quite good in Serie A last season, apparently, you know. And he played centre. I mean, he's predominantly a centre back, and he can play right back. And he was like one of the best defenders in Serie A last season, innit?
Wan-Bissaka.
Come again?
Said Wan-Bissaka star.
Oh, Wan-Bissaka style, yeah. Well, listen, apparently so, innit? I hear is like all defensive, but and he's fast. But all that being said, for me, it's once again that signing doesn't move me. It's like when we signed Mavropanos one time when we needed someone, it just confused me. In that, I think it was quite insulting as well. When everybody's waiting for something and that's what you come up with. I think it's for me, it's like Arsenal fully taking the sting out of like fans, like fully root, like it's over, like it's not nothing to look forward to. So if they got Norwich when they come back on the 11th. I'm sure they should beat Norwich, and even if they do, I don't think people would care. I think people would be more pissed off if they beat Norwich because it means that he's secured his job. You get, but if you lose, I think right now, I think all Arsenal fans were more in agreement now, more in unison. Maybe 70% of us want him to lose the next 3 games because that means he goes. No, honestly, because obviously the Norwich one he might win. Then we got Burnley. I think he might draw, and
That
then
Burnley away.
it's wherever it is. But then obviously Spurs he'll lose. But if he has one win. If he has 1 win, a draw, and 4 losses, I feel like he'll still be fine. But if he loses everything, then he'll be. But the problem I have with Arsenal right now is like, I don't believe we've improved our squad, even though we have added. People saying, yeah, we've added Ben White.
You lot spent the most this summer. You lot spent the most this summer.
Yeah, I know, but I don't believe we've improved our squad. You're saying we've added Ben White, but the starting 11 it still sucks, and it's added. The starting 11 still sucks. And like you were more optimistic. God forgive me for saying this. Everybody, if they're honest about themselves, they was more optimistic last season getting Willian and those caliber of transfers than this. The most promising.
I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of people say this has been your worst transfer window, even worse than the 2015, 2016, 2016, 2017.
Worse than the 8-2-1. Worse than the Mertesacker 8-2-1.
Yeah, 2011, 2012.
Worse. I feel like this is the worst transfer window in Arsenal's history, because it's an absolute waste of money. Like it's just it's still pissing it. Yeah, literally pissing in the sink. Like it's bad. It's bad. It's not good. It's very because it's like when you spend this sort of money, even if you're gonna do little drabbles here and there, you're buying potential. The only potential I could see, honestly, Sambi Lukonga, but he's gonna plateau very quickly. We've seen it. I've seen it with over the years. I've seen it with so many good players. They'll come to Arsenal and they just get to that level rather than going to like a next level. For example, I take this back to at the time. If we look back on it with the rose-tinted nostalgic eyes, Rosicky. Like Rosicky came to Arsenal, and I remember at that time you have to go all the way back. No, Rosicky was good. Rosicky was good, but he came to Arsenal, yeah, and it was like, right, we've got a different type of midfielder, one that shoots, one that's like active. And then you get to a certain level. And that's when we were good now, if we look at it now. So several people come. You've seen Partey come. You've seen Pepe come. You've seen several people come and just plateau after a while because it doesn't go to another level. I feel like if other
injuries for Rosicky, man.
No. But even when he was playing after a while, I was like, yeah, more. Do you get? But what I'm saying is certain players, if there was certain players that have signed for other teams, their potential is not as much. They're not. They're obviously they're playing at a higher output now because they're a better team. But signing them if you sign them to Arsenal, they'll literally have the same output as some of these lot right now. So I really look. For example, Gundogan. If Gundogan played for Arsenal, we don't.
Would I hear a word about him?
No, you wouldn't.
You'd just be the most normal guy. Most normal guy.
He'll be calm. Several players, if they played for Arsenal, they'll just be calm. Do you get what I mean? Because you just plateau very quickly. And that's what needs to change as well. So there's nothing optimistic to look at. So for me, signing the right back, I'm happy for him because like it's good, like respectfully, it's good for like marketing, isn't it?
One thing I want to quickly talk about to do with Arsenal, Willian terminates his contract to join Corinthians. He put out an open letter stating that the project that essentially, I'm a paraphrasing, but the project that he was sold didn't really come to fruition. It didn't really come together. He apparently he apparently decided to cancel his contract worth 20 million, just left it all on the table in order to go play for Corinthians. What do you think about his decision to do that, to leave that money on the table and just say, you know what, I'm out of it?
This is the part of the sport that they don't print about enough. Footballers are greedy. They're this to spend that much, to spend this much. Everybody expects a weird amount of loyalty from footballers when it goes the other way, yeah. But like everybody's also admitted there's no way they would have turned down that. There's no way they would have walked away from that because Arsenal were incompetent to give that to him in the first place. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
It's a mad thing to deep. He left 20 million on the table.
Yeah, so you're saying it's hilarious to me because in a normal
Willian was bad, but at the same time, like he came here expecting something. The fact that the level he played at and he was still expecting, like, even for me, I'm surprised at what's going on over here. That I'm gonna cancel my contract and just get out of there. Like, that's a bit mad. I literally thought he's just here for the retirement fund, the payday. He'll ride out these 3 years, take his paychecks, but he was literally like, no. Like, I expected something different, and it literally didn't bang. I'm out of it.
So you've got to look at yourself now as an Edu and an Arteta. Like, what are we really playing at? Because nothing is consistent. Every excuse, and this is why I hate like the mainstream press, because they ask Arteta stupid questions. They're too scared to ask the questions that people want to know. So just get out of the room if you're not going to. Because, for example, Willian was like last season was one of his main transfers. It was one of his key marquee signings, not in terms of financially, but who you really wanted. You said you wanted certain people out. You said you're going to have a big clear out. You wanted Xhaka out. You gave him a new contract. You said you have no plans for Kolasinac. You started against Man City. Do you understand? You said Saliba's too young, but then you signed people his age in other leagues, performing at lower levels. Can you see how it's not adding up? Can you see how it's not adding up?
He literally deep signed Lokonga from the Belgian league.
You signed Lokonga from the Belgian. You signed Tavares.
You have to accept, like, Arteta has his people he wants to play, and he's like, literally,
anybody that questions your authority, that you don't have the patience for them. So you scapegoated Ozil, because I remember everybody was saying Arsenal are losing to these teams because Ozil's having a bad influence. You scapegoated him, you got him out. Then you said, oh, it was Guendouzi. Guendouzi's a bad egg. Okay, a 21-year-old.
I know Guendouzi just got his I think his first senior call up for France today. In fact, second senior call up for France.
Guendouzi's a bad egg. Okay, perfect. You tanked Saliba stock single-handedly. You've literally tanked his stock. Cool. Then
in League One.
Yeah, you've tanked Saliba stock. Like Maitland-Niles, you've not improved him, and I'm sure if Maitland-Niles was under a decent manager, he's improving. 100%, he's improving.
There's just been with Maitland-Niles. There's just been so much like I read on deadline day from Ornstein that he said start of the season I want to be only a right back, and then Arteta said I don't care.
It's just flippy floppy what's going on with him, and then you have the Eddie Nketiah situation, which is just like, you lot make me laugh. Like, so what were your plans with this guy?
That's just incompetence, because you turned down 20 million I
But
think
how many
last
times are you going to complain that's just incompetence? Then you have like Folarin Balogun now, who signed a new thing. We'll see if he plays this season. We'll see how much he plays this season. And now I'm looking at him like, poor guy shouldn't have even signed.
now he's behind what 3 or 4 strikers in the pecking order.
Interesting stuff.
Tim says thoughts on Bellerin.
I even forgot about Bellerin.
No moves to Real Betis.
Going to Real Betis.
Wish him well.
Yeah, just get back. Hopefully he gets into the World Cup squad or World Cup qualifying squad next Christmas.
Couple more chances I want to talk about. Crystal Palace have had their woes up front. They've tried various different strikers, Mateta, Benteke, Batshuayi, just to throw a couple names out there. They've went out and paid some big money, 15 million, to price Edouard from Celtic. What do you think of that transfer? Do you feel like you'll be able to translate it from Scottish Premier League to the Barclays?
Nathan says to leave is still with the under 21s for France. Low. No, shocking. That move shocked me because I didn't expect it to be Palace to take the risk. I feel like everyone in the Prem had their eyes on him. So it's just like which team wants to roll the dice with him and really like take the risk. So I'm shocked it was Palace, but I guess
I feel Palace or Brighton. Those are the two that like desperately need a focal point striker. Like
I was hearing Everton, I was hearing certain teams, not just in terms of like where he could go and fit in, but yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked it was Palace, but I'm very interested to see how he turns out because it's like everybody's problem with him is like, can he adapt to the pace of the Premier League in terms of mobility? Not that he's slow, just in terms of like getting about in it, because he doesn't like to move as much in his style of play. But yeah, I'm very interested, and it's a serious. If it could be a serious fix to a serious problem.
Yeah, I hear it. Moving from there ain't been many success stories recently from Scottish Premier League to the Premier League, the Barclays. I probably think Stuart Armstrong can maybe count.
Tierney.
Tierney, yeah, even him, he's brittle. But I guess he could count. But yeah, there's not been many success stories, so it'll be interesting to see how. Because you're right, he has been very highly sought after by French clubs and English clubs.
I think Christie's coming today.
No, I don't think Christie. Did Christie come?
No, I was maybe
I don't think Christie came. Yeah, no, he didn't.
Fair enough.
Oh, he's in Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, when did that happen?
Yesterday.
Oh, yes. Oh, he went to the champion. Okay, fair enough. He ain't touched Premier League yet. Another transfer. Sal completed a deadline day move to Chelsea, loan with a option to buy. I mean, if you've seen recently, he hasn't really featured in the Atletico team. Kind of been on the sidelines after he burst out onto the scene around 2015, 2016 sides. What do you think of the move? Add some depth to the Chelsea squad. What do you think of it?
Just goes to show how a club just goes to show how competitive clubs should be run. I don't agree with it necessarily. I don't think they need it, but it just ups the level again in terms of competition. There's no room for error because obviously for me, Sal is like 20. Everyone's saying his highlights are all from like 20.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like
he signed a 7-year contract. He signed.
They're seeing Philip Lahm, they're seeing Xabi Alonso in his highlights.
That's when Sal was hot property. I'll say 2015, 2016, but it
hey, if you know, you know.
It's gonna be not interesting. It's just not gonna be a waste. As in, like, he's gonna be useful at some point because Chelsea are literally in all competitions, and I'm sure they want to win at least 2 trophies this season. So Roman Abramovich is gonna expect 2 trophies at least. So yeah, he'll be useful. He'll be useful in the rotation. Some people ain't getting minutes. So by some people, I mean the man they call Cho. He ain't getting a look in. By the way, there's 11 places on that pitch, and for me, the fact that he's got the like they've literally chained not to his they chain you to your ankle. They've got the heavy ball at Stamford Bridge and they've chained it to Cho's ankle. He can't leave, Cho can't leave the bridge because Bayern wanted him.
It's just like
Lampard said no. Bayern Munich said we want him again. Lampard said no. Bayern Munich said he wanted it again. Lampard said no. He said, all right, cool, I'm staying. And then he gave him like, here you are, play a couple games.
Then wing back minutes.
Wing back in it. Then now Tuchel comes, he's playing a couple games here and there, wing back stuffs. My bro, you gotta go. Because look at Fikayo, look at Tammy.
Just go prosper somewhere. Like it's
but they're not letting him. He wants to
that's
go.
What I'm saying. Like that's what you want for him. That's what you just like. You're what 20, you're turning 20 or 21, and it's like you've been around for like a couple of years now. You just want him to take off because you know he's got the talent.
What's the word when like someone just lurching over you because they don't want you to do well? It's quite scary and it's quite painful to watch because bad vibes.
It's called bad vibes.
Think about it, yeah. Everyone at Chelsea gets a chance to prosper elsewhere. Think like they've given Ruben loads of chances. We just mentioned Fikayo, we mentioned Tammy, we've mentioned all these these players they send out to Vitesse just to do what you want. Chelsea, they make so much money off of the people in their academy. Why like only Christensen and Mount play? Let Joe go. Because it's like they don't want it to bite them back, but put in a buyback clause. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
Dortmund would have had that. Even just a young loan. Like they took so long to get the Saul deal completed. Apparently, it was contingent on Saul completing his deal to Chelsea. But just like,
that's bollocks.
Like you get
that's bollocks. Saul gonna play right with.
Now you've got your balls in. You just got your balls in your hand, just waiting, trying to see whether you're gonna play until January. It's just like you don't need this when you're 20 years old, trying to develop.
Not your age mates. Joe's older than 20, and your age mates are what's it called? Prospering elsewhere. Like everybody, like he's 20. He's 20. All right.
He was 20.
I've surpassed all my peers. They're literally all these peers are surpassing him like comfortably.
Just off the back of playing football. Just off the back of playing.
Only in that set, the people that have stagnated is Reece Nelson and Cho. And then younger have surpassed them. And youngers have surpassed them.
Big up Reece Nelson went to Holland to go play for Feyenoord this season. Hopefully he gets the games, the minutes he needs because that's another one that over the last couple of years he just hasn't played enough football.
Yeah,
hasn't played enough football to develop. The fact that last season he was playing majority under 23s. Yeah, it's just not what you need at this stage of his career. So hopefully Hudson-Odoi gets some minutes. So we managed to squeeze some minutes out of the first half of the season because all of that. Riding bench ain't a good look. In the final third, we've got the final third European rear view show. So we got to talk about a couple European transfers. Make sure you catch us after the international break. Europa League, Champions League, all kicking off. So we're going to be talking European football. Make sure you check out the final third for those. If you're locked in right now, make sure you're subscribing to the Final Third YouTube channel. All of that good stuff, liking the video. Griezmann, after leaving Atleti to go to Barcelona in a £100 million deal, he has seen Atletico win a La Liga title and Barcelona win nothing in the time that he's left. He's now returned to the Wanda Metropolitano. I think I said that correctly.
I think Metropolitano.
Thank you. He's returned to the Wanda. I'm just going to call it the Wanda. He's returned to the Wanda on the loan. And Barcelona, as Nathan has so nicely put, signed Luke de Jong on a loan. What's going on? What are they smoking over there on the new camp? What are they smoking?
The thing about Barcelona, because there's such a huge gulf and quality between them and Arsenal, they're literally just doing the same thing. They're throwing it doesn't make sense. And this didn't start this summer. This started when they did the Artur and Pjanic swap. That made no sense. Just loads of deals like that. Artur and then they went for Willian. They tried to go with Willian 5 times in one window. But I'm not surprised by this. Now they're just trying to
55 million.
Yeah, they tried to bid 50-something million for Willian. I feel like this is not. This is just for them to protect their books, as everyone knows. In that we've all seen that Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba and PK took wage cuts so that Aguero can get on the bill. When I read that, did you hear about that?
I saw that. Alba
You know,
and
when I
Busquets.
read that, it just reminded me of FM when it just like you have to adjust
Adjust the budget. Adjust the budget to get that transfer over the line. And then 6 months later, the board's telling you, hey, you need to fix the wage budget.
Yo, someone's got to go. So it's funny. It's like they took a pay cut, then Griezmann's gone, so there's a little bit more room now. I could tell some of the.
I think Griezmann was on stupid money as well. I think he's on like, what was it,
Griezmann
400k?
I think he was the next highest paid after Messi.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It was a ridiculous amount.
Paid after Messi, because I'm shocked they're not trying to flog off Ousmane, but I don't think he's that highly paid. I
think he's currently injured, so they couldn't even flog him.
They're trying to get him City off as well, but no one wants to take a risk on that because of his knees.
Coleman's just a nasty guy, though. Do you see what he's doing to Titi?
What?
He made him go warm up,
Really
but he had no intention of bringing him on. He just wanted the crowd to.
I saw that. He made him warm up to sit down. What's wrong with that? Everyone does it all the time. You see them running up and down the touchline.
Yeah, no, but he just wanted the crowd to boo him, just to try to force him out of the club. Like he had no intention. He had no intention of bringing him on. He just sent him out there. So
yeah, but a lot of players do that. A lot of players warm up on the side and don't come on.
No. But he had no intention of bringing him on. I can't lie. He's got history with the Umar Niasse thing. He's got history. So hey,
I don't know how he's still in the job though.
When I see what happens to Barcelona, I just feel like he deserves these things. He deserves these things.
The evil you've done is on me.
Another big transfer that didn't happen: Mbappe to Real Madrid. Real Madrid apparently put that, and PSG told them to kick rocks. Even offered Mbappe £45 million a year, and he turned 45 million euros, and he turned it down. What do you make of PSG deciding to one last dance with Mbappe and let him go on a free to?
I really respect PSG's stance when it comes to their players and transfers. You know why? Because they're the one club out of everyone I've ever seen that money doesn't matter to them. There's no money you can give. It's like trying to bribe a rich man. It doesn't work. Like trying to bribe
they definitely found it insulting. Trying to
bribe people that are richer than you, it doesn't really work when you're trying to give them your year's salary and they make that in a day. So it's like they basically said, no matter what you bring, and you know why they always bank on themselves. They always bank on themselves. And what's interesting about they're still paying Monaco Nathan. They're still paying Monaco installments, but what's interesting about PSG is the fact that they didn't do it because they didn't think the money wasn't enough, but they just trust their ability that Mbappe will sign during this. That they won't get him for free.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely push hard.
So they're gonna squeeze him up. They're just gonna squeeze him up, and then if that's the case, fair enough.
You saw what they did with Verratti when Barcelona wanted him.
That's what set this whole Barcelona PSG relationship up. When they tried to pinch, remember they tried to pinch Verratti.
They tried to pinch him, and they said. They said, I'd rather die. I'd rather die before you take Verratti off. They said
Barcelona approached Verratti like disrespectfully, so they went to get Neymar.
That's it.
PSG weren't really. That's when PSG weren't even trying to really bully everybody about their money. City was loud about their money. PSG weren't loud there. It took one person over the edge.
All right. That has been the final third deadline day reaction show. If you're in here, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button. Leave in the comments. I want to know what's been your favorite transfer of the transfer window to this summer. We've got lots of good content coming for you. Gonna drop a little surprise spoiler here. We've got a special Manchester United show coming very soon. You'll see the details of that coming soon. Got a special Arsenal show coming soon. This is where we get to go into the real nitty-gritties of both clubs. The nitty-gritties. So look out for that. Make sure you're subscribing to the Final Third. We've got the Final Third European Review show coming back after the international break. Lots of good content for you. Lots of special content for you. It's been your host, Banks, joined by my boy, Lavish. We're going to log out of there. Go eat some fried rice. What are you having for dinner?
I might keep it healthy. I might have a salad.
Yeah, you're not having salad. Don't lie to me.
I might have
it's been, you're not having salad. You're not having salad. Don't end on a lie. We've had a good episode. Peace, people.
Peace.
listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Why? You should be in
You just need to
prison.
shake him.
You should be in prison. We build you out. We build you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You should be facing charges.